So acutely did Mrs. Dashwood feel this ungracious feel this ungracious behaviour, and so earnestly did she despise her daughter-in-law for it, that on the arrival of the latter she would have quitted the house forever, had not the attorney of her eldest induced her first to reflect on a priority of going, and her own tender love for all her 3 children determined her others to stay, and for their sakes avoid a breach with their brother. Eleanor, this eldest daughter, whose advice was so effectual, possessed a strength of understanding and coolness of judgment, which qualified her, though only 19, to be the counsel of her mother, and enabled her frequently to counteract, to the advantage of them all, that eagerness of mind in Mrs. Dashwood, which must generally have led to imprudence. She had an excellent heart. Her disposition was affectionate, and her feelings were strong. That she knew how to govern them. It was a knowledge which her mother had yet to learn, and which of her sisters had resolved never to be taught. Marianne's abilities were in many respects quite equal to Eleanor's. She was sensible and clever, that eager in everything. Her sorrows, her joys could have no moderation. She was generous, amiable, interesting. She was everything but prudent. The resemblance between her and her mother was strikingly great. Eleanor saw with concern the excess of her sister's sensibility, but by Mrs. Dashwood it was valued and cherished. They encouraged each other. They encouraged each other now in the violence of their affliction, the agony of grief which overpowered them at first was voluntary their needs, was sought for, was created again and again. They gave themselves up wholly to their sorrow, seeking increase of richness in every reflection that could afford it, and resolved against every admitting consolation in future. Anna too was deeply afflicted, but still she could struggle. She could exert herself. She could consult with her brother, could receive her sister-in-law on arrival, and treat her with proper attention, and could strive to rouse her mother to similar exertion, and encourage her to similar forbearance. Margaret, the other sister, was a good-humoured, well-disposed girl, but as she had already indeed a good deal of Marianne's romance without having much of her sense, she did not at 13 bid fair to equal her sisters at a more advanced period of her life. You can't fault that one, guys. I did good, yeah? How's your day been? That was a beautiful chapter 1, guys. I am super excited about reading chapter 2 to you tomorrow, guys. Have the loveliest rest of your day, and I look forward to being able to read